Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we've traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
It's somehow more polite to say, we don't like your language, so we're going to require you to change it, than to say, we don't like you and we'd like you to leave.
Uniondale Library is very proud to have received this grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities and the American Library Association as part of their Latino Americans 500 Years of History project. Uniondale is a very diverse community and is known as a global village. And we love offering programs for all cultures and all ethnic backgrounds in Uniondale. And we felt that this was a great opportunity for us to highlight the Latino community in Uniondale.
This is the 5th of the 6 episodes. The film is called Prejudice and Pride. It really gets into the reawakening of the Chicano movement, the Mexican and Chicano grape pickers in Delano, California. They really reawoke an entire national awareness that still resonates today.
The leadership here at the library invited me. They knew the work that I do at Hofstra and some of the work that I've done in the past and some of my media work. And I was pleased to be invited to come and kind of lead the discussion around this film, which was really exciting because I obviously have a special place in my heart for some of the work that was done in this documentary series.
So if you say 60 million people in this country identify as some way, shape, or form with roots in Latin America, that would be the largest country in Latin America aside from Mexico.
My takeaway for the 6-part series is that it shows that the Latino community is not an up-and-coming community. It's not this like a special interest group, that it's not, okay, we have to look at them as an electorate or as a body of consumers. And we are a component of what has made this country, the history of this country over the last 500 years.
This is the vanguard of 1,500 Mexicans brought to the States by the Farm Security Administration. Most are laborers. All of them are bachelors.
The best thing about it is the timeliness, because I think as we watch the political campaign season and the nonstop coverage about the campaign, we are hearing a lot about Mexican immigration, about building walls. So it was interesting to watch this documentary here on Long Island and looking at the history of the communities, how they started mobilizing in the 60s, and putting that into a contemporary context and seeing how there's so many parallels with what happened back then and what's happening here. So that was pretty exciting to see those connections being made.
How can you go arrest somebody if they haven't violated the law?
They're ready to violate the law. In other words,
could I suggest from the luncheon period of time that the sheriff and the district attorney read the Constitution of the United States?
I thought it was a great program. I truly, it was so educational, and it was wonderful to see such engagement from the attendees for the program. I think there was great interaction between the participants and the professor, and between the participants themselves. It really was a great back and forth conversation.
When we're talking about Latinos, we're talking about an experience that includes African, indigenous, and European ancestry combined and mixed in so many different ways, including an Asian and South Asian.
It was interesting to see or to hear the conversation around the Hispanic community and really understand how diverse their population is and understand the parallel vision between all these ethnic groups that exist in America and see that our stories are not so different after all.
Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we've traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.